Hello and welcome to another episode of Quick Expert Reviews. Today we've got two cases for the MSI Claw 8 AI Plus, what a mouthful, that I've recently purchased on AliExpress. Now the reason being is that in UK, at least in UK, the official MSI Claw case is not available. You can buy the official one from AliExpress. However, it's about 40 quid. So while I appreciate a decent case, 40 quid might be a bit too much. So what I thought, I'm gonna see how an entry level, if I can call it like that, a case stacks up with the MSI Claw case. So I've got the pouch. I've got the case and the pouch itself. So the case comes packed like this. So don't expect great packaging, however, it actually fits really nicely, the Claw 8 AI. You've got this kickstand on the back, which is a bit flimsy, and for those people that have OCD issues, it might be slightly weird seeing this misaligned with the MSI Dragon logo. However, I have to admit, it does a decent job, not great job by any stretch of imagination. I mean, it works on very solid surfaces like a table, for example, both, like your normal table or a in-plane table or stuff like that. As long as the surface is stiff, it's decent. Anything over that, unfortunately, it trips over, which I will show you in a second. I will be using that on my lap, on a bed, couch as well. And then I've got this sort of a carry case as well. So this one was about 15 quid and this was £5, £66. I've bought it from the same company. I will post the links in the video description below. But yeah, I think overall with shipping it was about £21, so half of the price of the MSI travel case. But obviously let's see how they actually fare. Now the good thing is that this travel case, apart from having an absolutely brilliant handle, also fits the Claw with the, talking about the flimsy stand, it just closed on me and the device tripped over. It actually, the travel case actually does fit the Claw with the protective case on top of it as well. And the triggers don't press against the case, which I think they don't press against the case, yes, which I think is the case inside of the MSI Claw travel case. Right, so yeah, let's have a look at the actual cases from. I do apologize about the slight audio interference in the video. I think the microphone was picking up the Claw fans. In terms of the case itself, you've got this nice cutouts, and they are slightly different for the power button and the fingerprint sensor. So even at night, without any light, you can actually tell what you are pressing. And then you've got this cover for the volume rocker, and obviously a nice cutout for the 3.5mm jack. When it comes to triggers and shoulder buttons, bumpers, there is no issue whatsoever. When it comes to pressing these, they are not pressing against any of the material of the cover. Same with the M1 and M2 macro buttons and the vents on the back. And then obviously you've got this absolutely amazing sort of a kickstand. It does a decent job as long as you've got a hard surface, like I said, and then you've got these grippy textures on the back, which do help with the Claw 8 AI Plus ergonomics. Now I'm gonna weight the case as well. So first of all, the Claw on its own is 792 grams. And fortunately, I have no idea how much is that in Freedom Eagles or bananas. However, the case itself is 112 grams. Now I'm going to put the Claw inside the case, and obviously we're going to weight it as well. Now, when you are putting the case on cover, you want to start from the bottom and then finish on top. And yes, we are still talking about the case itself. However, do make sure that you are pressing the triggers and the bumpers as well when you put the case on. Now we just need to get it to 0. And then the claw itself with the case is 903 grams. So 903 grams, the claw and the case. So we are very close to 1 kilogram actually. And then the travel case on its own is, let's move it slightly, 300, I'm not sure if you can see that, so let me move it to the right, 348 grams, so heavy. And when it comes to the Claw 8 AI Plus with the protective cover inside the travel case, I think it's over 1 kilogram. If I remember correctly, it is exactly 1200 grams, so heavy. However, do remember that you are not carrying the travel case everywhere with you every minute, like with the cover. So the cover is obviously on the claw, and then the travel case only when you are traveling. We've got this nice zipper pouch as well inside, and then you've got the stand as well, which is nice. They didn't have to include the stand, but it's great when you set it up correctly. But again, it's great. It's great. If you don't have the protective cover, at least you've got a stand inside the travel case. But if you do have the protective cover, obviously you've got that flimsy kickstand in the back. And then you've got this Velcro sort of tape as well that you can connect to each other and then put the claw inside, which helps with the device not moving around. Just make sure you do it correctly. So like that. And then you've got two zippers as well. And yeah, I mean, yes, it doesn't have the MSI logo or Steam, Valve, whatever, D-brand, however you name it, whatever you name it, however you call it. But hey, it does a decent job. It does a decent job of protecting your device. There is plenty of space inside as well. And the claw is fit snugly. Like I said, you don't, because of that sort of a stand on the bottom, it lifts the device slightly, so the right and left trigger don't actually press inside the case, the travel case, which is nice, But yeah, in terms of the protective cover, I'll show you now how it looks like or works, or actually doesn't work on a non-hard surface, like for example a couch, lap, and so on. So here's my trusty sofa, and let's get the kickstand out and see what we can actually achieve. And we can achieve absolutely nothing. So yes, the sofa is a bit on the softer side, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't work like that in terms of the actual lap. Sort of depends on where you place it. It is a bit wobbly, as you can see, and it does trip over. But as long as you're using it on the table or something like that, yeah, it does actually work, sort of. So yeah, here we go. Hey, we got there in the end. So happy days. So overall, what do I think of both of these cases, covers, you name it, however you want to call it? They do their job. For 20 quid, I don't think I would expect anything more than that. I mean, I like a good value, don't get me wrong. And I think these are a good value cases. If they would sort of cost about 60 quid, maybe I would be a bit more hesitant or reserved. But to be honest, for 20 quid, it does protect your device. It does make the claw a bit more grippy. Not that I have an issue with a claw, and to be honest, I've only got it because I wanted to do a review of it and just to see how a protective case does look on the MSI Claw 8 AI Plus. Saying that, the case is staying because it does a decent job, and to be honest, I'm glad I've got this as well because I want to sort of protect my device when I go out and about, because I do use my claw a lot on the go. Yes, you do have a bit more variety and choices with the likes of Asus ROG Ally X or Ally Xbox X and so on. Maybe some people would prefer a D-brand case and so on, like for the Steam Deck and again for the ROG Ally. Sadly, we don't have these options with the claw itself, but this actually does a decent enough job, especially that if you just want a protective cover sort of thing, which is about, like I said, £6. I think I paid for it, and then 12 or 15 pounds for that. So overall, like I said, about 20 pounds. Now with AliExpress, it sort of depends on when you do buy specific products, because sometimes they are slightly cheaper, slightly more expensive. So I'm not saying it was definitely £21 or £20. It might be slightly cheaper right now, especially that Black Friday and Cyber Monday are coming, or it might be a bit more expensive if you're looking at this video at a different time. However, for what they do, I think they're really good. I think they're really, really, really good. And as long as you've got, like I said, a decent surface for the sort of a kickstand, it does a pretty decent job. I mean, if you're playing in bed, you can sort of, you know, fold your duvet a bit and then sort of put it in the back of the device. And yes, it is usable in bed if you're feeling your hands are getting cramped. However, like I did say, I'm not having a go at the MSI Claw 8 AI Plus ergonomics. They are really good in my opinion. But the protective case does actually protect the device, and it's got a built-in kickstand, which I do like, especially when I'm using the 8-inch display for watching some movies when my phone is not around. So yeah, overall, like I said, decent products. I would recommend them. I would definitely recommend them. And like I said, if you're interested in buying them, I will post the links in the video description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon, guys. Bye!